Throughout history, we, as humans, have used the power of our minds to achieve incredible and amazing feats. In reality, our minds are simply tools we use to create our thoughts. And the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our experiences. A simple shift in perception will quickly and easily improve how you feel and what you believe is possible, helping you to achieve all of your personal goals, even those that previously seemed unattainable. Join us now as we explore the vast landscapes of our minds. This is Mind Over Matter.
Good evening, I'm Mitch Friedman.
And I'm Brandelyn and Jokiel, and you're watching Mind Over Matter TV, where we teach you tools so that you can feel better, overcome obstacles, and successfully reach your goals. You know what, Mitch? I did it again. That word obstacle is always such an obstacle for me when I say it. I think it's just that picture of obstacle in my mind when it's about to come out, and so I kind of have to hurdle through that one.
Hurdle is another obstacle.
That's right, but I successfully leapt over it, and here we are, moving on to talk about emotions and clearing emotions. Oh my God, those juicy little tidbits that run through our bodies that sometimes we seek out and sometimes we really
push
try
away.
to avoid. Yes. I've learned something really spectacular in the past couple of months. It's something I kind of knew on a conscious level, Mitch, but deeper down, kind of getting it into the body, wasn't quite rolling with it very well.
Need to integrate it. Up here it doesn't do a whole lot of good, does it? But once we integrate it, it really starts making a difference in life, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And one of the things that I struggle with is, well, we have this bookstore on the Santa Fe Plaza with all of these books with wonderful information in them, so I read it and it goes right into my head. Oh, that's cool, I could do that, that's a really neat idea. But like you said, integrating it into the body is another thing. So I've been practicing that a lot. The past couple of months have been a little rough for me. I've been going through all of these different emotions and feeling them in my body, good ones and also some really crappy ones. So I was noticing my tendency to really contract in my body when the crappy ones were coming out, to try to like push it away, like I don't want to feel that, that doesn't feel good. And I was like, you know what, it's just energy. It's just another thing to feel, and I might as well just feel it all right now, let it move through me, feel as bad as I can possibly feel in this moment, so that the energy, like a wave, just moves through me and I don't stuff it down. Because book after book we've read, people that we've talked to, healing practitioners, everyone says stuffing down that energy is what causes dis-ease
Lack
in the
of
body.
ease, that's right. And energy only knows how to do one thing, and that's move. It's kind of like holding a cat. If you all have ever had a cat, holding it in your lap, and it's time for that cat to leave, and you're trying to hold it in your lap, getting cut up and scratched and all messed up. That's kind of exactly how emotions are working in our body. There's no really way to hold them down. When we try to push those feelings down, like Brandy said, it just causes lack of ease. Ugh, we don't want that, do we?
No, we don't. And hey, you know what? Emotions come up in all kinds of circumstances. So sometimes there's places where you're at where you just really don't want to be feeling what you're feeling. Well, I have two things to say about that. Feel it anyway.
Right.
Or if you can't feel it at that time, where you kind of mask your face and feel it anyway, then let yourself know when you're going to allow yourself to feel that. So sometimes we do have to push things down for a brief period of time, but say, you know, when I get home at 5:47, I'm just going to let it out. In whatever way is natural for you. I know people who say, I'm not emotional, and I go, that's not true. Sorry, you're an emotional being. You are emotional, you may just not know how to feel them or be in touch with them. So, any tips on that?
Well, that's how, you know, people who don't want to feel their emotions are usually the people who are, I mean, the metaphor for that is eating, you know, shoving food in your mouth is going to push those, well, we make up, it's going to push those feelings down, and it works temporarily. Same with smoking. It's a perfect metaphor. breathing in that smoke and pushing the feelings down. But all of that is just a temporary relief, as you all probably know from having the evidence in your life that pushing down emotions doesn't really work. And it's just energy that, again, it's energy, emotion, energy in motion. So let it move. And like Brandy said, if it's not appropriate at the time, wait till you get home, put your head in a pillow and scream.
Oh, that is one of my favorite things to do. My neighbors love me.
I know I do when I'm in the hot tub. Bobby's coming over, what's going on? I'm like, just having a catharsis. Waking up the whole neighborhood,
Yeah.
but that's okay. I feel better.
That's right. So after I get done with that, and I'm all drained, then my next thought to myself is, well, what can I think about now that feels better than this?
Exactly.
So turning it around to come back into a better place of being, rather than you can feel the emotion, but wallowing in the emotion is another thing entirely.
Yeah, and it's so true when you start asking yourself, what can I think that feels better than this, and you start feeling better, then everything starts shifting really fast. That's the really cool part about that. You're a thought away from joy at any moment.
Absolutely.
It's always a choice. I know a lot of times I'll say, okay, I'm going to go home to just scream and cry and be really whiny. And then after 15 minutes, I'm done. And when you're doing that, the interesting thing about that, when you're having catharsis and you're releasing that emotion, pay attention, because right behind that emotion is the thought that was causing that really yucky feeling that you haven't wanted to think about.
Absolutely.
Probably since you were this big, where am I? Yeah. Just about 5-6 years old. So get it out. If a thought emerges like something yucky, like I'm not good enough or I'm unlovable, just remember it was never true. It was just a thought you decided or accepted about yourself when you were really little. It was the best decision at the time. Now, reverse it.
Reverse it, especially in your emotional state. Be your own guide. Be your own coach at this point. If you're thinking thoughts over and over again as you're screaming and crying, I know that when I'm in a really bad mood and I start going down, I think about the worst things I can possibly think about so I can feel worse.
Right.
So as I'm giving myself this chat and just really getting into these meaty, nasty emotions, I'm going, oh, I'm not lovable, and I'm not good enough, and I'm not important, and all of these things. Then ding, the little coach in my head comes in and says, that's not true. This is a perfect time for reprogramming because you're in a highly emotionalized state. A wonderful time for the subconscious to receive information. So right when you're in the middle of feeling really all of those feelings, you need to say, saying the truth is I am important, and I am good enough, and I'm perfect just the way I am right now, and I'm getting better every day, and in every way I'm getting better and better, which is actually in a John Lennon song. I heard that just the other day.
Oh, really? A little cooism in John Lennon?
Right there in John Lennon. See, even he knew. So, come on, tell that to yourself, and as you're saying the better things, guess what?
You're going to feel better.
That's right. So, you can do what we're saying or not.
It's always a choice.
Yep. I just do know that you're going to be healthier, feel better, and have a more well-rounded life.
It's true. And if this doesn't seem appropriate, you'll know when you've suffered enough.
That's right.
It will be really clear.
So, I got all of that out. That felt good. You have interviewed, I can't believe we haven't had Reiki on the show.
I know, me either. I've been kind of thinking about it and asking for somebody to show up, and they finally did.
Mr. David Dix came into the store, a Reiki practitioner and wonderful gentleman, and Mitch does a great interview about Reiki and how you can use a Reiki practitioner to help you move these kinds of energies that we're talking about.
It's true. Yeah, enjoy the interview. It was really fun. It was nice meeting David.